All right, I'm back with David, the Ferrari collector extraordinaire, and we are in the Ferrari room right here, which has grown significantly since the last time we've been together. So we have red and yellow galore in here, and I'd love for you to just walk through all the cars you got here.
Sure. And you know, I just want to have fun with it, so it's the ketchup and mustard collection, and of course the relish, and then I have the blue, which is the Slurpee. But here is the ketchup and mustard and relish collection.
I love that there's blue as a Slurpee too. You have all the colors of the rainbow. But I'd love for you to just kind of knock through some of these.
You know, last time you came, you saw Robert Herjovich's LaFerrari Coupe. And then since then, I had sold it back to him because he asked me to sell it back to him, and because now he's got his life together and he wants to buy something that he lost back then. So I sold it back to him, which opened me to have an opportunity to buy this, LaFerrari Aperta, 2017 LaFerrari Aperta. There was only 210 produced, and it's an extra special one because the top comes off and it's really rare. So that's what we got here. I'm really glad to have that.
Wow. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, what do we got
here? Here we have the 2003 yellow Enzo, which yellow in these were made less than the red, so it's actually more value because it's less done. But this one I have gotten since you last been here, and then we have the yellow one, and then we have the red one, 2003. And actually, in my collection, this was my first supercar collection that I bought like 15 years ago. This red 2003 Enzo. So
this is the first one.
This is the first one in the whole collection.
How many miles on this? Do you know?
Probably
roughly?
like 3,000 something miles. I like driving the cars, but I get to drive so many cars, it just puts a little miles in each one.
Yeah, each day you have a different one on the lineup.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. So this is new here. The 1995 F50 in yellow, which is super cool. Again, more rare because they made less of it. And then the F50 in red. In this situation you see in red and yellow is pretty crazy because a lot of people, if you have one collection of Big Five, which I'm sure you've seen, is pretty cool. But two collection, most of them were red. Maybe like 10 was in yellow. Wow.
So for you to find one of these, you really got to track it down, like Indiana Jones.
And some people, if they want it, they try to get the Big Five, and they just get whatever, like they get different colors. It's easier to get a black one, a silver one, and a red one, and a yellow one. But to consistently try to do it in a certain color, it's harder, right? You have to find that color. So here, and it's among there, it's the Roadster, right? So the F50 comes with either Roadster, which doesn't have a top, a soft top that you see here, and a hard top. They all come with it, so it's in the box at the top.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is the one when they put the F1 engine in there, the first time when they started using the V12 F1 engine into the car, all carbon fiber. This is when they first kind of did that. Here, now this is quite rare because, in F40, they've made them in red. They did not make them in other colors.
This is the only one I've ever seen in yellow.
So to have a yellow color, now it was repainted, but it was repainted a long time ago when the car first was received, and somebody wanted to paint it in yellow. So nowadays, the painted car, if you did a good job, it's not bad for the value. It's still pretty good if you did a good job. So I'm still working on this, tweaking it, making it better and better. But it's still quite rare, and people really love it.
Yeah. So there's no yellow F40s that really exist.
There's no yellow F40s. Okay. Yeah. A red F40, and so it's cool. A lot of people like it.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorite looking cars. I just like wedge cars.
A lot in price too lately.
This is a mystery, right?
So there's a mystery car here. And I guess if you come to my channel, we're going to reveal what this mystery car is.
Ooh, okay.
But this is quite something special you guys don't want to miss. And then my 1985 288 GTO, which is the first of the supercar, first of the line of supercar.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
This Schumacher?
Schumacher, 2002 F1 Schumacher championship winning year. The factory offered me this car.
That's crazy.
So I bought it. And
of course.
Recently I just got the helmet. Somebody gave me the helmet for this,
Whoa.
car. So like signed by Michael Schumacher. So now I got the helmet too. It's pretty cool. So as we're now going into the relish collection a little bit, the start of it, this is very exciting. It's the 812 Competition Aperta. It's the first in the U.S. that came in, and still really there's not many. This first time the Ferrari used color changing paint, which is they call Verde Volterra, which is like the land. It's a place in Tuscany.
This is crazy. I'm like going down. Yeah, it's like it goes from like I don't know if the camera can pick it up that well, but like goes from like a kind of a darker like kind of green up to like bronze,
like a bronze,
but just in this.
Yeah. Just so and it's the first time they use it, And this spec you can't get normally. It's a cavalcade spec, which means the cavalcade is the top 100 client that Ferrari rally that they invite every year.
Wow.
And you have to have been on it in order to be able to pick that scope. That's a spec. But you can see that even the internal, like these kind of special Alcantara suede, the Teflon materials, like almost like the gun handle material.
Yeah.
You can see the kind of the badge in the middle. It's all this material is special for this car. So here we got the F12 TDF. You might have seen this, but this is my spec, the F12 TDF DSKL. And this was like 2017 where they were the 7-year anniversary.
This is a one of one that they made for you.
Yeah. So here, you know, I love the vintage cars. This is a 1964 250, the engine model 250 Lusso Competizione, which is a race car. It had been a race car all its life. It's been raced by a famous race car driver in the important races. And as I know, there's probably only 4 existing right now of this one. So
4.
I would say this is probably one of my most valuable cars. I still race this car. This is my race.
Oh,
I
wow.
do vintage racing. This is my
So it's not just a showroom princess. Very cool that you drive it around. I love that.
Yeah. Here's a 1967 275 GTB 4 cam. So it's a 275 engine. So now it's a bigger engine. This GTB is considered for many classic Ferrari people like the most desirable shape.
That's really cool.
This one, 1967 330 GTS, and this one also is, so it's a 330 engine now, again more powerful, and this is also, you know, a platinum winner, 100% platinum, and best of show winner. And,
original paint here too?
No, it's been repainted, but it's done. They don't deduct you for that if you've done a right job. Now this one, 1971 Daytona Spyder. This was made famous in the what do they call it, the Miami Vice TV show. Of course, they had a replica. This is a real, and this is also a real Spyder, which means it wasn't a coupe that was cut to make a Spyder. So there was only about 200 or so of these Spyders.
Oh wow! It's like a museum in here. It's crazy.
So this is cool.
Yeah.
And then here the Dino, which is the 1973 Dino that I modified with a project using all Ferrari parts and what they could have done as a Dino 2 using all Ferrari parts and making this car from a V6 160 horsepower to a V8 400 horsepower and having all the more modern, you know, technology parts. And it's only one in the world.
Yeah, especially the red and black just complements so well.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I got a rapid fire question you.
Okay.
A couple on these these cars here.
Sure, go for it.
What is your favorite car of all these to drive?
To drive, it would be probably this one.
Okay.
You know, overall car to drive. You know, it's like a different vibe when people see these kind of cars.
Okay. And what would be your favorite aesthetically looking car? As far as like how it looks, not just driving.
I would say I really appreciated my new 812 Comp Aperta. Just the color changing and you know all the kind of specialty that it really shows. That would probably be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the one that kind of makes you clench your knuckles? That gives you like the like, oh my God, like of all the cars here, do you have one that's like, ugh?
Well, you know, the LaFerrari Aperta is a car that you know, if I had to take on a track, I had to win, I had to get the best numbers, that I'm the most comfortable with is driving that car.
Are you able to tell me, and no worries if not, the fastest that you've ever gone? Maybe it's like
I've gone 200 miles per hour on the LaFerrari.
Oh, nice. Okay, 200 club. Boom. So yeah, where do people find you to view that unveil?
So Ferrari Collector David Lee. If you put that, then you'll find my YouTube, and then of course on Instagram it's Ferrari Collector _ David Lee. So you can find me in there too.
There we go. Well, thank you for having us.
Thanks,
this
pal.
is insane.
Thank you, buddy.
I'll be back for the Daytona. I promise you I'll be here.